Hi, I'm Josh Bishop. I work in the Assessment Center on the Pendleton campus, so you may see me if you choose to take the Compass test here in Pendleton. Almost all students planning to attend Tri-County will be expected to complete the Compass placement test, so I would like to take a few minutes to tell you a little bit about it. I'll explain what it is, why you need to take it, how the results will be used, and what you need to do to prepare, because we want you to do your best so advisors will be able to recommend appropriate classes for you to take when you begin your education. First, let's talk about why we want you to take Compass. For many years of experience, we have found that students arrive at college with different levels of background knowledge in the core subjects of reading, writing, and math. That means that if you try to take a course that is far above your background knowledge, there's a good chance that you will be unsuccessful in that course. And being unsuccessful means that you will have to repeat that course. In addition, a repeated lack of success may cause you to have to reconsider career options or even lose your financial aid. To help students begin coursework at a level that will be more likely to result in the successful completion of courses, advisors use the scores you earn on the 3 parts of the Compass test to identify your academic strengths and weaknesses, and to recommend appropriate courses. It is true that based on these scores, you may be expected to take lower level courses called prerequisite courses before taking those required for your desired degree. However, we believe that in the long run, you will be more successful in reaching your final academic goal. This means that taking the Compass test is important and should not be taken lightly. On the other hand, we don't want you to stress over it either. We only want to get an accurate idea of where you are academically so we can make appropriate course recommendations. So, who needs to take Compass? If you plan to take college level courses while at TCTC, you will need to take the assessment. Unless you have already completed college courses in English and math at the 100 level or higher with a grade of C or better, or if you've previously taken Compass or Asset at your high school. If you've completed college courses in, for example, English but not math, you would need to take the math part of the Compass and vice versa. If you are entering TCTC without a high school diploma or GED, you will be asked to take the ATB Compass. This assessment is very similar to the assessment taken by other students, but provides information set by federal regulations. You might also be interested to know that Compass scores are only valid for a 3-year period, so you will need to retest if previous attempts occurred more than 3 years ago. SAT or ACT scores cannot be substituted for Compass scores. And if you are a student with a documented disability, you may find it more beneficial to take the Asset placement test. Ask the test administrator about this option when you arrive to take the assessment. Now that you know a little about the reason for taking Compass and who should take it, it's time to practice a little. Because it's important for us to get an accurate picture of the academic knowledge you're bringing with you, it's a good idea to look over sample questions before taking the test so you'll be familiar with the format and the types of questions you might see. Here are the links to several helpful practice websites. You can also find these links on the Get Ready tab in ETC. After a little practice, you'll be ready to head to one of the 3 TCTC campuses to actually take the test. There's no charge for taking Compass the first time, and no appointment is required. However, you should allow 1.5 to 2.5 hours to complete the assessment, and you must finish before the closing time shown on the table. For example, if you'd like to take the placement test at the Anderson campus, you should plan to arrive on a Friday between 8 a.m. and 12 p.m. so that you'll be sure to have enough time to finish before testing closes at 2. When you arrive at the assessment center to take Compass, you will need to have a picture ID for identification. This can be in the form of a driver's license, a military ID, or an official high school or college ID. You should also bring a couple of pencils. Scratch paper will be provided by the assessment center. You may also use an approved calculator if you'd like. To see which calculators these are, go to the website shown. Dictionaries are not allowed, nor are children allowed to accompany students taking the assessment. Test scores will be available immediately following test completion, with a verbal explanation of those scores provided when you meet with an advisor following orientation. The important thing to remember is that your Compass scores will be used to place you in many of your entry-level courses. So it's very important that you do your best on the assessment so we have an accurate sense of your background knowledge as you enter Tri-County. If you would like more detailed information, go to the placement testing link shown. Now that you know what the Compass test is, why you need to take it, how the results will be used, and what you need to do to prepare for it, you are ready to learn about and complete a second assessment called Smarter Measure. Smarter Measure will give us additional information about skills and abilities you bring to Tri-County. View the Smarter Measure? What's that? Presentation, which you will find on the Get Ready tab in ETC to learn more about the assessment and to get login information. When both Compass and Smarter Measure have been completed, you'll be ready to sign up for orientation in step number 4.